Hello children, welcome to chemistry class. Today we are going to discuss chemical properties of hydrogen. Chemical properties of hydrogen. So one point I would like to clear you that hydrogen is diatomic. Hydrogen is diatomic. It exists as S2. There is single bond between hydrogen, two atoms. Here, there also single bond between chlorine and fluorine molecules. Here, but bond dissociation enthalpy of hydrogen is highest for the single bond. So what is the reason why the bond dissociation enthalpy for hydrogen is highest? What is this? You know that bonding is just attraction. How much attraction is between them, that is strong. So here if we see in hydrogen molecule, when two atoms form a bond like this. So you see, this is the nucleus I have shown, nucleus of this atom and nucleus of that atom. Here what is, if we say electron is in first cell, just you see, electron is in first cell. So we can say in this nucleus is closer to the electron to this, and this nucleus closer to the electron of that. Means if I talk fluorine first, second, but 2 and 7 electrons are there. So if we talk attraction of nucleus at second cell electron will be lesser. Okay, and as distance increases, attraction of nucleus decreases. So what I want to tell you that in both there are only one cell and that contains one electron, and bond is formed due to attraction of electron to proton and proton to electron. So in nucleus, proton of one means nucleus charge is closer to that, and here in that. But if we talk about that, so nucleus of both atom are little far from each other. So if we talk, there is highest attraction between the nucleus of this hydrogen to that electron and nucleus of that hydrogen to this electron. So means they bond dissociation enthalpy directly dependent distance of nucleus with electron. As the electron is closer to the nucleus, that will attract more strongly and bond dissociation enthalpy will be higher. So here what you are noticing, here bond dissociation enthalpy of hydrogen is higher because the nucleus is closer to the electron. And bonding, I have already told, bonding is nothing else but that is attraction between the opposite charges. So the opposite charges are closer in this, so they attract each other strongly, and the bond dissociation enthalpy for hydrogen is highest. Bond dissociation enthalpy for hydrogen is highest. Means if we compare two single bond dissociation enthalpy of chlorine is lesser than the hydrogen single bond. So bond dissociation enthalpy directly depends on attraction. And if nucleus is closer to electron, that will attract more strongly. If nucleus is little far, so that will not attract like that strongly. So in this case, we can understand by taking two examples. We can understand in this nucleus are closer, so they attract electron. Means that nucleus, this nucleus attract that electron, and that nucleus attract this electron. So bond dissociation enthalpy for H2 is highest. So if bond dissociation enthalpy of H2 is highest, it means it will not easily break. It will not easily break. So a bond is not breaking easily. It means it is inert at normal temperature. It is inert at normal temperature. That we say if bond is not breaking, so they will not react to the molecules. So we can say that the dihydrogen is inert at room temperature. Dihydrogen is inert at room temperature due to high bond dissociation enthalpy. And here, due to high bond dissociation enthalpy. Here, if we see dissociation of hydrogen bond increases with increase in temperature. Increase in temperature means increases with increase in temperature. At 2000 Kelvin, it's 0.156% dissociate, and at 5000 Kelvin it's 99.95% dissociate. Yeah. This is it. And we talk about this here. So in hydrogen, if you see hydrogen 1 means 1 electron. So hydrogen has 1 electron in orbital, or we can say its orbital is incomplete, and it accomplishes the reaction by hydrogen has incomplete orbital it does not react with all elements. It accomplishes reaction, means it shows reaction by loss of 1 electron, by loss of 1 electron to give H plus, and second by gain of 1 electron to give hydride ion, and third by sharing of 1 electron. Means hydrogen shows three types of reaction: by loss of 1 electron to give H plus ion, by gain of 1 electron to give hydride ion, by sharing of 1 electron. we have seen that hydrogen is inert at room temperature, but it shows some reaction. So how many reactions dihydrogen shows is given here. First reaction is reaction with halogens. Dihydrogen react with halogen to yield hydrogen halide. Dihydrogen react with halogen to give hydrogen halide. Dihydrogen react with halogen to give hydrogen halide. Means when dihydrogen react with halogen gives hydrogen halide. And in hydrogen halide means in halogen, in halogen these elements are included. So it may be HF, here maybe HF, maybe HCl, maybe HBr, maybe HI. But one point is there, the order of reactivity of halogen decreases down the group. Order of reactivity of halogen decreases down the group towards hydrogen. Towards hydrogen means if this one will react, it will react immediately, and if it reacts, I2 reacts with hydrogen, so it need catalyst. The order of reactivity of halogen towards hydrogen is, the order of reactivity of halogen towards hydrogen is first F2 Cl2 Br2 I2, means F2 react at room temperature and I2 react with in presence of catalyst. I2 react in presence of catalyst. So you may remember that the reactivity of halogens decreases down the group. Or in other words, we can say the reactivity of halogens decreases with the decrease in electronegativity. Here next is reaction with dioxygen. It reacts with dioxygen and forms H2. This is exothermic reaction. Highly exothermic reaction is more heat is being produced. Here we can see S2H2 plus O2 presence of catalyst is formed 2H2 plus 285.9 kilojoule per mole. Energy is being produced. The reaction is exothermic. The reaction of hydrogen with O2 is highly exothermic. Here exothermic reaction means if in the reaction heat is being produced during a reaction is called exothermic. You might be knowing what are endothermic and exothermic. You have studied exothermic and endothermic reaction in 10th class. So remember it is exothermic means heat is being produced. Next is reaction with nitrogen. With nitrogen it forms ammonia. When hydrogen react with nitrogen in presence of catalyst, that is ferric, and 673 Kelvin at 200 atmospheric pressure, it forms ammonia. When hydrogen react with nitrogen in presence of catalyst Fe at 673 Kelvin temperature and 200 atmospheric pressure, forms ammonia. This is also exothermic, and this process is called Haber process. So you have also studied this. So Haber process means when nitrogen react with hydrogen in presence of catalyst Fe at 673 Kelvin and 200 atmospheric pressure, forms ammonia, and this process is called Haber process. Next is reaction with metals. So you know that reaction with metals. So hydrogen have dual nature. As you know, hydrogen have dual nature. So it forms hydride. Here it is behaving differently. You may see here when hydrogen react with many metals. It react with many metals. It forms hydride. It behaves as halogen here. So we can say that when hydrogen react with many metals at high temperature yields corresponding metal hydrides. Like this, 2M plus H2 gives out 2MH. Lithium, here lithium plus H2 gives 2LiS, lithium hydride. Here M is alkali metals, may react with alkaline metals also, but in maximum cases, in this case, it is being taken as what? Alkaline metals. Next is reaction with metal ions and metal oxides. Metal ions and metal oxide. What is happening when it reacts with metal ions? You see, metal ion, it is hydrogen, and that is metal ion. And here metal ion is that. So it state is shown like that. Here it is state of metal. Okay. So here what we can see? We can see that here oxidation is state of Ed is +2 and there 0 means it is reduced. So when hydrogen react with metal ions, it reduce metal ions to metals. Okay, and here metal oxide. So here oxidation state of Mg is +2 and in free state what is? In free state what is? In free state what is? In free state oxidation state is 0. So here +2 to 0. So here it is doing? Here it is getting oxidized and it is reducing. It is also here it is reducing. So oxidation is changing from +2 to 0 means here reduction is taking place. So it reduces when hydrogen react with metal ions and metal oxide. It reduces metal ions to metal and metal oxide to metal. Here next is reaction with organic compounds. So hydrogen is being very useful. It reacts with many organic compounds also. Like that, you know that oils. It reacts with oils in presence of nickel catalyst and form fat. Here oils react with H2 in presence of nickel catalyst yields fat. Next is hydroformylation. Hydroformylation when H2 and CO means hydroformyl. We say when H2 and CO react with olefins. Olefins means double bond between the carbon. Olefins, it forms aldehyde and further it reduces aldehyde to alcohol. So what we have seen here? We have seen that here reaction with organic compound. It react with organic compound means unsaturated compound and it changes unsaturated compound to saturated compound. Like that oils react with hydrogen and yields fat. Second, hydroformylation. First it change into aldehyde and further it reduce the aldehyde to alcohol. So here we have discussed the reactions are being shown by the dihydrogen. First reaction is reaction with halogen. It reacts with halogen and it forms halogen halide, and the reactivity of halogen halide decreases down the group. So if F2 react with hydrogen, it will react immediately, but if I2 react, it will need catalyst. Here next is reaction with dioxygen. When it reacts with dioxygen, it forms what? It forms H2O, and this is highly exothermic reaction. This is highly exothermic reaction. Next is reaction with N2 is nitrogen, dinitrogen. It reacts with dinitrogen in presence of ferric catalyst at 673 Kelvin and 200 atmospheric pressure yields ammonia, and this process is called Haber process. This process is called Haber process. This process is also exothermic. And reaction with metals, it reacts with metals and it forms metal halide, and here maximum metal alkali metals are being taken and made to react with hydrogen, and they have formed the metal halide. And next is reaction with metal ions and metal oxides. So when it reacts with metal ions and metal oxide, it reduces metal ions to metal and metal oxide to metal also. Here you may see Ed2 plus 0 reducing, here Mg2 plus 0 reducing. So here it is reducing. And next is reaction with organic compounds. Reaction with organic compounds. When it react with organic compound, it gives many useful products, and it is being used for synthesis of many organic compounds also. So what is first useful product? When it react with the oils in presence of nickel catalyst, it forms fat, and this reaction is also called saturation reaction. This reaction is also called saturation of oil. It is also known as saturation of oil. And when it react with olefin, it forms what? It forms aldehyde, and further it reduces aldehyde to alcohol. Uses of dihydrogen. So you have seen that what is use of dihydrogen in the chemical reactions. You have seen many uses of dihydrogen. So one by one we will study. Like for production of ammonia, and ammonia is being used for synthesis of nitrogenous fertilizer. It is used for production of aldehyde and alcohol. It is used for production of fat. It is used for metal hydride. It is used as a fuel. So one by one we will write here. First it is used for preparation of ammonia. It is used for preparation of ammonia. Ammonia is used for synthesis of nitrogenous fertilizer. Okay. Second point, B. See what is second is what we have studied. That is used for production of alcohol, aldehyde, and fat. Third, it is used for preparation of metal hydride. Next, what may be next point? It is used as fuel in rocket. It is used as pollution free fuel. And it is used, I have already said, it is used for alcohol, aldehyde, and fat. And next, what may be? And oxy next is oxyhydrogen torches are used for cutting the welding purposes. For cutting the welding purposes. For cutting the welding purposes. So these are the use of hydrogen. These are the use of hydrogen. It is used for the production of ammonia. Ammonia is used for synthesis of nitrogenous fertilizer, which we can say hydrogen is used for production of nitrogenous fertilizer also. It is used for the production of alcohol, aldehyde and fat. We have seen alcohol is also being formed, fat is also an aldehyde. Then it is used for preparation of metal halide. It is used as a rocket fuel, and it is a pollution. It is used as a pollution free. Used as a pollution free fuel. And oxyhydrogen torches are used for cutting the welding purposes. So this chemical properties of